take a stroll about my manor? I shall queue in, take a stroll, maybe out in the garden. I do have a magnificent garden. Take a stroll about the garden and come back and play the game. I'm going to queue in and take a quick stroll. I shall return. 7-0, not surprised. Yes, Johnson. No, exquisite job. Definitely, it looks fantastic. Seriously, no, well done. Well done, Johnson. Okay, what are we doing here? Excuse me. What am I looking at? Wolf Alpha, Circus Medic, Keymaster, Alabaster, Animated Broomstick. Very well, I do enjoy some of these cards as far as quality goes, but I just don't think I can keep such poor curve. I would rather see some Shadowlight Scholar or Darkmoon Dirigible action. Mortal Coil Amalgam Odd Merchant is slightly better, but I would like to see some 3s. A 7-0 Warrior. Surely we will meet some pretty crazy quality. Very well. In turn. I continue to drink out of this plastic abomination for the sake of Judge and his affiliation with Twitch.tv, I suppose. He mentioned something, but I do not enjoy it. It's nothing compared to the glassware that I possess. Just a tap against an armor up, I believe, is the right call. And into an enhanced Dreadlord kind of supports that play.
You aren't even ready for this.
That could be quite a problem. Is it one I want to deal with immediately? We do have School Spirits for the Reborn on the rush. A little bit of a rough turn here, but I do believe we will School Spirits, and instead of coining out the coil, I believe we'll opt for some tempo here. Fish would be a little bit too bad, and that's kind of the only card that makes me make this play, over just letting it slide. Is Hearthstone a gentleman's card game? Do you think I'd be here if it were not? Descriptivist? Warmall Challenger. That is quite a card. I suppose we must throw down the Amalgam and hope that our opponent does not have a rampage. Le Nebussier. Good day to you, sir. A toast. It's a pleasure to see you. No, this is music. No, this is music. Very well, we have a nice value trade to be made. We also do have the potential for Minari Marsha on such an amalgam. We also do have a animated broomstick. Now, broomstick and a lake thresher are a very nice pair. However, I do believe that the correct play is just to tempo the thresher and make a value trade. If you come into here, that's fine. We keep the thresher active. Broom is always good on other cards anyways. Mage Scribe is a little bit ambitious. How do we handle that? It is not a demon. We cannot Minari Marsha it. We can just tempo the Smug Senior, however, and continue to smog. We may see a Coerce on this Onyx Mage Scribe. We have to assume we're playing players... What? Pardon me. Wow, that is quite the commencement. Into a 5-5 with Rush, Taunt, and Divine Shield. Wow. Don't break character? I never do. My name is Fancy Judge. I've broken character only about 7 to a dozen times today, Harlequin. Every time I'm about to break character, here's what I do. Every time I feel like my accent is getting a little bit weak and I'm about to break character, I pull out my name is Sir Judgington the Third. Every time. I've said it multiple times today. Sometimes my accent sounds a little more Canadian. And I just have to circle back and be like, who am I? Who am I? And I say my name is Sir Judgington the Third. And then everything feels normal. Everything feels right. Harlequin. Sir Judgington. The third heir to the Judgington fortune. Duke of Canada. A very, very fancy boy. What shall we play here? We have a couple of really strong plays. I think that just throwing down the Dreadlord on 8 and waiting for a response is probably best, considering we have Broom in hand, as well as Ring Matron and the Marsha. Sordia is fantastic. Glad we did not see that card on turn 4. Absolutely fantastic Scotch whiskey. And cannot handle the Dreadlord, which means we have a distinct advantage. Now we can tap recklessly. Slash. I must think about this play. This play requires thought. Unlike some we've seen from opponents. I believe a matron is in order. Which means we actually Broom first, and then throw down something else, because we do not need any more rush minions. Very tight play. Very tight, but I do think we value this, especially since we have another. And simply play the Delinquent. Double 4-drops in Rush was a consideration. I kind of am... a lot of my plays the last 3 turns have been play a little bit less tempo than your max tempo and wait for your opponent to respond because you have the control advantage. Tubor, GG97. Hi, sir. You're a legal son from 3rd... Okay, can somebody please handle... Johnson? We have a situation. A good effort by our opponent. Tubor, I've never met you in my life. Johnson? Yes, Johnson. Yes, Johnson. Our opponent seems to have an Arcanite Reaper equipped. I'm not sure how. But we don't care. You don't have enough health to make it viable. So shall we? Medic and Demon. Double upgrade, both created by Onyx Magescribe? Is that truly what happened? I mean, there are worse results for us, for sure, but very... So, Judgington the Third. Interesting. We're 7-0. We had to expect that. Now we should be able to get by this. As long as both 3/2s don't die. There's 1. And there's not 2, which is fantastic. So, easy Minari Marsha on this. We have a 6, so easy Delinquents. This, and remove the threats. Normally, Troublemaker is an instant win. If you can actually handle a Troublemaker and be ahead on board, it means you're probably in good position. Now, we are the ones who had to use a lot of resources. So, we're going to have to tap every turn. This is the advantage of Warlock versus Warrior. Is they don't have... We both use resources. Guess who can get more in the long run? Sir Judgington the Third. That's who. Sir Judgington the Third. The Duke of Canada. You think I'm going to run out of resources? You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. Tap every turn. Twisted knowledge. And this game is... Do I have lethal? Am I BMing? And this game is over. I'll take another Dreadlord. Keladin and Brittlebone both offer lethal. So, shall we? That will be 8 wins and 0 losses for those who are keeping track at home. My god, the accent is killing me. What accent? Oh, wait. I suppose, where are you from? I guess my speech may be considered an accent to some. I suppose that's true. Marvelous results. A very strong deck all the way from that early playmaker. We decided to school spirits. No fish. That commencement into Tent Boy. Exquisite. Fantastic. We're 8-0. I'll cue in. Lucas, I understand you want to see an intellectual play the card game. You want to see proper moves by someone of my caliber, for sure. So I guess I'll cue on. I talked to Judge upstairs. The guy you know, and he is hammered up there. He is drunk as shit.
I know Sir Judgington 3 regards this as a meager collection of coin, but this was splendid entertainment today, good chap.
Thank you very much. Lebowski, thank you very much. That is a very generous donation. I do appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you enjoy, to be honest with you, if I may be candid real quick with everybody as I continue, playing the game of Hearthstone. I did not know what to expect today. I've never quite done something like this today, and I've had a lot of fun. For britches only. Sorry, I don't know what came over me there. I saw Judge upstairs, and he has had at least a dozen beers. I believe I saw 14 tall cans of beers on the floor. I don't know what. I think I can toss a Guardian Og with 3 in deck and looking for curve. Otherwise, I might keep one there. He is just in a state. I mean, I know that is not the best start I've ever seen. I know I've had a couple whiskeys, but that guy is just... hammered. This start is the worst you could ask for, just absolutely unbelievably unlucky. And our opponent leads with a Genarg, so... sometimes it seems like, what can you do? I'm Sir Judgington III, and those are 2 pretty good cards to run into any start. So maybe there's a chance after all if we can make it to our late game. Very, very bad draws / an insane start from... Of course, we can't be surprised at seeing a very good start from our 8-0 warrior opponent. But... yikes. A big yikes on this particular start. Oh my, just a 3-mana 3/3 at the very least. School Spirit not doing a whole lot. Weapon going face. Very well. Do we need to use the coin this early? The thing is, normally I'd say with this sort of heft in the late game, I would say the coin is unnecessary. However, with an Augmerchant and these ping targets, and the fact that we've already drawn most of our late game and are likely to draw into good curve plays, I would say that we do... So Judgington III will make this play. Shadowlight Scala next. So far we've had Lederhosen Judge, Fancy Judge, and we actually have not seen Pirate Judge yet. He is plundering much booty at the moment. Whose booty? Glitch what? Oh, this scoundrel. Oh, good heavens. Forbidden rituals, you say? Caveman Judge. These are all fantastic ideas. Caveman one. Good God. Good God. Migo Face. Well, that's actually... So, Lebowski, let me touch on that. Migo Face is actually on my family crest. A lot of people think that... it's a caveman type idea. But the truth is, it's actually a very, very... top tier idea that only the most sophisticated of families actually take into account. Migo Face, Never Trade, maybe you've heard of it. This has been a disaster of a start. Luckily, we found our school spirits and scholar together, or we would have lost a long time ago. All wonderful ideas, I have to be honest. I'm a little surprised at the intellect of a chat on such a platform. I, Sir Judgington III, do not believe there would be too much that I would say I won't do as long as I do my research. A rather tough game. Buddy gets in the execute on the 8-7. Hopefully they don't develop too many more stats. Hopefully we can come down just with the Ring Matron into the Enhanced Dreadlord, because if we can land an Enhanced Dreadlord, that could be enough. Very much respect for the tempo of this warrior. Now, our warrior is out of cards. Very good then. The complete opposite of what our deck had to offer at the beginning, as we had no cards, even 5 or below. And now here we are, maybe in an even game, the 4-4 comes in, maybe a Gore Howl, of course, would kill us. But we have the Enhanced Dreadlord, which is very, very big here, coming into a top-decking warrior. Very, very close game. Very lucky top decks after the initial abysmal start. This opponent is over-trading. I believe this is a misplay. Sir Judgington III believes that this is a misplay. You must go face. There really is no other option. And now you've gone and thrown. If you find something like a Discover Spell into a Mortal, you know you're running behind on card draw. Really, you need the face damage there. I do not think you can ever trade there with us with 3 cards and tap. This looks like an easy dub and perhaps an even easier life. A Mortal Coil and likely a taunt over an Alabaster will be ideal. And that looks like an easy dub for the judge. Very nice. Keymaster Alabaster, what an incredible game to actually win with such a terrible start. Great top deck from the opponent, but it's just not quite enough. I do have to go back to Crompson's comment about Oktoberfest Judge. That guy was a doozy, but it wasn't so much another character as it was just Judge fucking having some drinks. You know what I mean? Keymaster, probably looking for some healing will be best. That's healing, but is it necessary? Demon Fire is also definitely possible. Let's take a quick look at this deck of Chaos. 5 mana, same. 4 mana, same. More expensive. Not actually worth 6 mana. I have taken Deck of Chaos before. This seems like it is likely a Demon Fire. Next pick will likely be, despite Dread Infernal being the best card in general, a little extra health with Shards might be a good call. Gotta go fast indeed. Why don't we then play the Keymaster and the Spirit Jailer and hit him in the dome? Very good. that is a particular one I was referencing when I said I would do my research. I would perhaps talk to a few people about what I was doing and make a call and not do it, because making fun of a particular group of people, you have to not have the education that I, Sir Judgington III, have to do such a thing. It's very much quite a lot of nonsense. I could freeze it. I could indeed. What will you do about this?
Okay.
Judge is an actor now. Well, you've got to be prepared for if streaming doesn't work out, because Twitch streaming is a very fragile career choice, right? So if I ever do some acting with in some areas that may be normally questionable, it will be because I'm 100% sure. 100. With the education I've received, that we are in an okay spot to do so. In fact, so it's like I would have to do a lot of research. More so than fancy judge, because that's just who I am. Anyways, 9-0. Shall we go for double digits? May I get a toast? Johnson? Johnson, we are having a toast? Johnson, I know that 3 bottles went missing. Johnson? Johnson? I lost a bet at the horse races. Hearthstoner and Judge got the better of me, and now here I am, playing a children's video graphic card game. Normally I'd be in my library. If I may be quite honest with you, I did forget we had the scrap imp. This start seems quite exquisite. I'll even keep the 1 of 3 Guardian Ogs. But somehow, here we are. Somehow, due to the lack of intelligence of our kind, which I can say now more so, with the intelligence I have as fancy judge, here we are. Remarkable. Johnson? Johnson? Yes? I said the same thing, Johnson. I said the same thing. A toast. Oh, yes. Scrap Imp on 2. I forgot we had this card in our deck. We've won so many games without it. Step up indeed. I suppose that we must play a Twisted Knowledge. Damn it. I truly do hate when I top deck a good tempo play, when I'd much rather play a greedy value play. I believe that the correct play is to tempo the dirigible. It makes me a little sad. But I believe I must, against an 9-0 Demon Hunter, play a little tempo as I gain a 3 plus 6 plus 3. Greed is good. Greed is good. But tempo is better, as much as I hate to admit. That was the first thing I learned when I went to the school I went to. Oxford, maybe? Cambridge? What are other? Harvard is the American version of Oxford, which pales in comparison. I don't know anything about these schools, seriously, guys. And then there are others. Scholomance Academy. Ah, yes. My days at Scholomance Academy have taught me tempo first. Yes, they have. Nice one, hot dog. And such, Sir Judgington III deems the play worthy. Keening Banshee, you shall be missed. You were one of the best, and now a simple 4-mana 7/6 exists. Guardian Ogma Chant looks very nice. Let us start with a Twisted Knowledge. Scholar? Spreading Madness? Last time I played that card, it did not go so well. I believe a scholar I shall seek. Another spreading madness, dread infernal against a demon hunter? I can dabble with that, good sir. The reason I did not take the Shadow Bolt is because Guardian Og is even better.
That's an upgrade. Probably. Ready to go. That's an upgrade. Probably.
Bolt is exquisite here. Yes, Lucas, Bolt is quite excellent, however, when you compare the 3-mana Bolt to the 1-mana 4/2 Guardian Og, one shines above the other. In fact, it is quite disgusting the power creep that has happened to our poor Bolt. Harlequin, come on, I'm trying to keep character here. You can't make me laugh this much. You could have taken both spells and smacked yourself in the face for 18. Indeed, that was an idea that I thought about, but decided, why not amuse chat with an attempt at victory? A toast! Plague of Wrath, a card that has rotated out of this mode. Should have played around it. Now, are we winning the game anyway? Very likely. But what a silly world we live in, where such a card can come in from beyond the realm of feasibility. Sir Judgington III approves of a 5-mana 4/4. Our deck is rather disgusting, is it not? Imagine a world. 9. Oh, Jesus Christ. And oh, holy fuck. Demon Hunter. Cycle would have been preferable. Maybe. Actually, it's pretty close.
Enjoy your final moments.
The fact that expendable performers doesn't instantly win our opponent the game on the spot means that we are in a pretty good position. Lethal is nigh. Oh, this time opting for the 8/8, eh? What? What the fuck is this, man? Like, what is it? This is such horseshit. Oh, my word. Oh, my dear Lucas, what do you think is better?
You want my respect? Earn it.
My blades just for show.
I was going to say, what's better, Insatiable Fellhound or Fen Creeper? The thing is, this guy fucking loses if he doesn't roll Transfer Student into Plague of Wrath on the exact correct board. Johnson? And this is why, when I impart my wisdom upon you about 12-0 runs, I say, It takes good luck to go 12-0 no matter how good your decks are. Next up, this deck could have gone 12-0, but that takes good luck and skill, and sometimes they both do not align. I would wager, if I were a betting man, and I am, I would wager this deck 12-0. Good old Demon Hunter.
MC versus Arana.
Another, good sir.
Let's have some fun.
I will see you two on curve. We may have lost a lot less Demon Hunter, but how many acres of land do you own, Illidan? Who's the real winner? Exquisite start. All of our 6s and a 10. Very good. Luckily, Sneaky Delinquent is so top tier that it may not matter.
These old bones just keep moving.
Wait a minute.
Double D's I shall have, claimed the mighty Judge. Fancy Judge. Judgington the Third. More lifesteal action. I've seen this before. It's incredible how many times we've been top decking nothing but our most expensive of servants. I really could use my 3 Guardian Augs. All these 1s, 2s, and 3s would be fantastic. Sadly, I cannot stop drawing off the top. Yet low. Our chances of victory still nigh. Haha! The Kuna Daddy, formerly known as Lucas, before he had his title promptly taken from him. I've heard about you. I know exactly what to expect. And good sir, hell no, people leave. That goes both ways. How's it going, Lucas? I'm drinking whiskey. Get some whiskey, buddy. Ha! A fish indeed. Give me my Mortal Coil. Why can I not get Guardian Augur, Mortal Coil, or Broom? Disastrous top decks. All around. An F from chat for this awkward play. Lexus found the play and Lebowski as well, and I think of probably plenty more before them. I didn't want to have to play just a rush that didn't develop anything on board, but I do believe it was the best. Wow. As much as I would love a Divine Shield, a 1-mana 5/4 that clears a pop of a Divine Shield seems better. Has he been doing this for 5 hours? No, we've only been playing our opponent for roughly 5 minutes. Consume magic? You think I need another taunt? You're gonna wish you had saved that for our Ringmatron, or our Ringmatron, or mayhaps our Enhanced Dreadlord. A tight game, a more reasonable one than the last.
I see his weakness.
F. These are demons, right? Fuck me, dude. Demon Hunter is stupid as shit. That being said, I do believe that victory is at hand.
It's perfectly harmless.
It's a make the pain.
No need to worry.
Shall I play around the cleave? I shall, with the 5-3 in the middle. Shall I take the board and say, please, opponent, play your Spectral Senior. I beg thee. I shall. I believe we are at a drastic advantage at the moment. However, Demon Hunter has been known to fuck people up before. Yes. Enhanced D-Lord, Ring Matron. I call to thee. I feel like my accents, we're going more Shakespearean a little bit here. I gotta get back on track. Sir Judgington III doesn't mind an I-Beam clearing his 5-3 when he's this far ahead and having a enhanced Dreadlord come down. I don't think. Hopefully not. Give me Guardian Og off the top. There are ways for us to die if we Dreadlord an Imp. However, I believe that the Dreadlord must come down. I do believe you still play the 3-2 if they have that exact combo with a second Consume Magic, then below me, as it were. Johnson!
You've got me fired up. I have trained for days.
Without a Consume Magic, I'm afraid that's as good as a concede, my friend. I do have to feel a little bad because that card is disgustingly overpowered.
Come in, the pit is churning.
Forbidden rituals, you say?
So disgusting. I am so judging to the third, and that play was barely acceptable. Hulking Overfiend, a decent card. But when up against the likes of Minari Mosher, I'm afraid you might as well hit the concede button, dear friend. Oh, good God. A toast. $18 health, ladies and gentlemen. And a lesson learned. As we are frustrated by our previous loss, we can understand that, yes, this win was bullshit to our opponent, and probably to everybody in the arena community. We can understand that, yes, sometimes we shall get destroyed by utter nonsense, but utter nonsense shall we be.
Our enemies will fall.
Double digits have been achieved! A toast to the double digits 10 win arena. Easy dub, easy life. Very good then. Next up, that sweet, sweet 11 old sport. Very good, hot dog. 10-1. Our only loss being complete and utter, rubbish. Surely, that cannot possibly be great-grandfather. He would be very drunk on whiskey, if that were the case. I believe I had Tubor say yes, Lebowski say yes, and Longdong say, pour a double, good sir. And so pour a double I shall, because it's not every day that Hearthstoner spends 1/4 of 1 million channel points. Exquisite. We do not want to play the demonic studies before the Voidwalker because a 5-mana ring matron is overpowered, as it were. Also, small taunt into Direwolf Alpha is quite premium. Quite premium indeed. Johnson, what have you done with my cane? Oh, to be polished. Okay, very well. I suppose that's acceptable. I was looking to hold on to it, but it's fine. An intriguing play. Ticketus, 6 mana 8/8 versus a potential 5/5 on board on turn 3, you say? A 5/5 on turn 3? Quite exquisite indeed. Exquisite. A tap on turn 3. Is this some sort of joke? Tap on turn 4 is more apt. Very well, Sir 19 Health Warlock, although I do respect the Nemsy portraits.
Perfectly fine.
That's not that strong now, is it? Are you coiling? A broom to full clear. Very well. I may have tempo to form in a 4/3. I shan't. This is almost just as good. 1 less power. About average, David. Now that is a modest title. Sir, it is very exquisite to chance upon you at this fine afternoon. Know this? I do, David. But, perhaps a fortunate circumstance for yourself to be here. Good to see you, man. He just hellfired a 3/1, which means he thinks that he has the late game advantage, which of course, as we know, is quite impossible. We shall smork and play our chonkers until we are 11-1. Ah, the double hellfire. I'm afraid that you have lost, good sir. As they say, G, good sir. 11-1. I truly did believe that this could go 12-0. But we got destroyed by an unreal demon hunter. This deck is insane. This deck is fucking insane. Seriously. Oh gosh, Johnson. Shall we final boss? Sorry. A dickhead judge is an idea. Just be rude to everyone. That would be a little bit savage, but maybe not. The worst of ideas. Guardian Ogmerchant, Berserker, and Mosher. A fairly good start, although an 11-1 priest has me a little worried. Zoltan, I'm afraid the Canadian in me does shine through every once in a while. Even I cannot help it. My name is Sir Jedgington III, and I think we should coin out the Amani Berserker against this legendary minion. An 11-win priest, the worst of its kind. Do I like to play with fire? Indeed, do I like to play. I do believe that Guardian Ogmerchant is so strong that this play is completely viable. We save the Mortal Coil for the trade if our opponent chooses not to heal. Ferguson, how are you, good sir? Our opponent does heal, but matter it does not. Minari Mosher, fantastic card to hit a buff with. But a 3-mana 3/4 shall suffice. Oh, why do you fall indeed? The best card out of these must be the Matron. However, our top-end cards are very premium. Best play the minion immediately. Am I right, Chance? Please. Excuse me. A toast. A renew, good sir. The card is rather OP. How do we fare here? We did not choose to discard our Ring Matron, which I think was wise. Our opponent seems to have... If they have a Soul Mirror, I will be rather pissed. Unfortunately, we cannot play a 5-mana minion if we choose to coil the 2/4. Or 5/1 even. 11-1. 11-1. Excuse me as I think through some Hearthstone plays with my brain, as Sir Judgington does. Coil first. Before, I do think the play was going to just be Sneaky Delinquent and perhaps take a 50-50 on turning it into a 5/1, which would have been quite good. This card is rather broken. Oh, very well, good. Well, I say, good sir. The Aeon Reaver, well done. Resub. Appreciate it. Tap Medic was a choice, but I do believe that this card is so bonkers that offering it against a 4/4 is completely fine in this circumstance. If it burns a Holy Nova, I believe it's done its job. That card is not very good. Some Lucas. Some are neither. That is true. That is true. I do not believe that twisted knowledge shall I play. A sneaky D as a 5/2 seems adequate. We get rid of one of these. I do not think we need to keep multiple targets for Holy Nova. We will trade rather than Og, and Og, our Lord boy. It was a close call between this and the 5/2. I am Sir Jedington III, and I believe we are going 12-1. Haha, huzzah! My point has been proven. An exquisite card, but one I can surpass. And be ahead on tempo, which is remarkable. I'd best play these two and make the trade like a disciplined folk. Solmir is the bane of the sophisticated. Solmir is. Imagine being a priest and just being able to play any card like Solmir without having to think, without having to use your intellect. Solmir from Renew. The coward's way to victory.
What is a loon's will?
Huh. What is a loon's will? As much as that may look like a sad situation, I believe that ensured our victory right there. To begin, a twisted knowledge. Philosophy could be good here. Too bad I couldn't have Too bad I could not have discovered them in the other order. No mind control was hit. Now, of course, we do want to play the Sea Giant to be mind controlled over our superior Dreadlords. The more resources our opponent uses, the happier we shall be. I do appreciate the company, and I appreciate the support. A toast. Excuse me. Oh, my dear Remedy, I do believe we settled on the same play, and I do believe it was the best. I also, if I may throw in a third belief, I think our opponent has been quite lucky. Renew into Solmir and Blood of Cthulhu into Rabbit at 11-1. This should be our game. Without that random Soul Mirror and that random Rabbit, we would have won by a lot. At least we have another shot at the 12. Seriously, that was fucking bullshit, dude. Oh, my word. Johnson? Can we make it? Shall I, Sir Jedgington III, pull off the 12? I thank you for witnessing this final bout. This deck is a 12-win deck. I said at 0-0, I said this deck will go 12. And I stand by it. Johnson, you remember I said that. Yeah. For British eyes only. And I said, good show. Which is what Arrested Development is. Great show. I do like it.
Shots.
Come on. What are we doing? John, what? Johnson, okay. Johnson, you're an animal. Johnson, you're crazy. That guy's out of control. Seriously. Thank you very much, Montequila. Thank you very much for 3 months. Appreciate that a ton. Our opponent is being very rude, but we do have this Scrap Imp. Unfortunately, we don't have that many minions to go alongside it. We will probably tap Coil if that doesn't go anywhere. Which, oh my god, tap or coin on 1 into hero power on 2 means we probably won. Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. Robes. I've got to be honest with you all. The card quality of this 11-2 opponent seems a little bit subpar, which has me a tad nervous. To me, Sir Jedgington III, this seems like a few too many stats to possibly be beaten. Again, I did think this was probably going to be a 12. I did think it was probably going to be a 12-1 or 12-0. So I will not be surprised to destroy our mage opponent here. I want. Johnson, could you go ahead and add a 12-2 to the judge record? Oh, Johnson. I don't care how much whiskey you've had, you can still add a 12-2 to the judge record. Johnson. Oh, Johnson. Chat. Was it worth skipping all those protos? That is a tough question to answer. To those who maybe have joined more recently, I turned down 4 proto drakes in this run, in this draft. Is it crazy to trade a 4-2 into a 2-1 to protect a divine shield? Probably. One might argue the direwolf should have gone and dealt 6 damage to face, but I do not believe it should have. I think this is the correct positioning. Could have I played the direwolf first and gone face and played this? And right now, I don't think so. If I took a shot every time he said Johnson, I'd be in an ambulance right now. Johnson! Could you call an ambulance, please? Thank you, Johnson. I'm so sorry, opponent. I never ever should have been at 11-2. To be honest, this deck is way too good for 11-2. I honestly anticipated a 12-0 or a 12-1, but we had some rough matchup RNG. So here we are. This deck is way too strong for 11-2, and that's me talking in this meta where I say You cannot guarantee a 12-win run. This deck is disgusting. Just an absolute annihilation at 11-2 here. And you can't blame the priest opponent. Did I say priest? Fuck you. You can't blame the mage opponent. I'm just so used to fucking priests up here. Could I have guaranteed I would have gone 12? Judge hasn't gone 12 in a while, if I can recall. I don't really watch him too often. Does not appeal to me. But, could I have told you that me, Fancy Judgington the Third, would have gone 12? Yeah, I could have guaranteed that. A toast? A toast? A toast, good sir. A toast! Are you
Chat,
shitting
let
me?
us toast to a fine 12 run. Here, here.
Jesus, that's a ton of bits. Johnson! Thank you very much, man. Cheers. Let's reap these rewards. We'll be back to it on Tuesday. It's tough for me to keep track of the days of the week because I have so much money I don't care about any sort of days. It just all lumps up into one sum. I don't know.
My name is Judge.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is
That's a silly name.
Judge.
Okay, that's enough.